So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Aniran here, and today it is time for episode number 9 of our FIFA 19 Arsenal career mode here. The 2019-20 season mod is applied to the game and we're basically playing out the season that you're experiencing in real life. Last episode we swept up the January transfer window and we swept up a new signing in the form of James Maddison, who you saw here on the right hand side. It was too much of a long process in comparison to what it should have been. Unfortunately we didn't have the money to go in and buy another player on top of that, so Maddison was the only signing after joining from Leicester. Expectations are high though for his debut, which is going to be against Bournemouth. We'll hopefully see him playing. You guys though seeming to enjoy that transfer and you're enjoying the series as well by the seams of things. It's really sick seeing the support constantly, especially given how dead the game is right now. Let's be honest, the game cycle is right at the end of its life. Now going into today's episode, we are in the month of February. We've got 6 games as per usual for you guys, 4 of which will be played. You'll be seeing the games against Bournemouth and Chelsea in the league, as well as 2 Europa League games against Galatasaray in a round of 32, and then we'll be simming games against Newcastle at home and Brighton. The table is looking pretty meaty as well right now, just 2 points separating ourselves and United above us, but only the same margin downwards as well, because Spurs are hot on our heels in 3rd place. We've been making a couple of changes to the roster recently in the form of signings, but also in the form of upgrades. William Saliba was upgraded recently and he was taken from a lowly 70 to a 74. He's since grown to 75, which means he is very, very decent. We've got a new upgrade and it's in the form of Joe Willock. You guys voting that I should be upgrading him for this career mode series. He's been getting a lot of game time at Arsenal in real life, playing in that number 10 role, and we'll be utilising him a lot now as well. He was only 67 before, so he was pretty much useless in the Premier League. We've now upgraded him to 74 and he's showing great potential. So himself and Saliba have gone from being very much cup candidates to now maybe getting some game time in the Premier League, coming on as subs. Game time now though, and it is time for the first game of the episode. We're away from home at the Vitality Stadium as we face Bournemouth in this one. It is pretty much our strongest lineup, apart from a lack of David Luiz, who's replaced by Rob Holding. David Luiz is very tired for some reason going into this game. I can't really remember why. Now, you lot might know this, you might not. It depends whether you follow me on Insta or Twitter or whatever, but I've actually been away recently. I was raving my nut off at Reading Festival. So 2 things. First of all, if my voice starts going halfway through this recording, then I can confirm that is the reason why. Secondly, it also means that it's been a little while since I actually played this game last. I don't think there has been a patch though, so it will actually still be the same game that I was playing before. It's just that I'm slightly out of the habit of playing FIFA in terms of it's been a week, but hopefully it won't be a rusty start to proceedings. Nicolas Pepe is there on the right-hand side. He's certainly hit the ground running in real life. He's hit the ground running in this series as well. That's long. That's a good-looking ball as well. Bern Leno had to come and get that one. Did. Punches clear. He's left a Bournemouth player in a heap. Lewis Cook does not care. He's going to play on Jefferson Lerma. The shot is a weak one, though. I think David Brooks in the end. We are now coming forward in response to that. This is Danny Ceballos. Over now into Nicolas Pepe from range. Oh, what an effort from the Ivorian. Left-footed with the outside of the boot. That has come millimeters away. Oh, it's actually deflected as well. Fired straight at Aubameyang. This is Lacazette. Aubameyang has kept going. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with the finesse off the inside of the post and cleared. So unlucky with Aubameyang. He scored a couple of goals like that in this series already, and he's come so close to scoring another. Oh, great work there from Aubameyang to win the ball back. There's a Bournemouth player down. Lacazette's clipped that one over the top here into Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and it's pushed past the post by Asmir Begovic. Bournemouth have had absolutely nothing to offer recently. What a ball that is from Aubameyang, and Ceballos plays it straight at Begovic. That really probably should have been the lead. What a ball that was. That was 45 minutes of just us dominating, I'm not gonna lie, but not really getting that much out of it. Ceballos had the biggest chance. Aubameyang hit the post. Ceballos had a couple of moments in the last episode actually where he looked a little bit weak. He's doing the same again as Xhaka can't keep hold of possession. It's now his King into Jefferson Lerma. Oh, off the post, and it's going to loop in. And it's Callum Wilson who wheels away in celebration. But I genuinely think that might have come off an Arsenal player and looped into the back of the net, and we have been dealt the biggest of sucker punches. Bournemouth, who had one shot in the whole of the first half, get some space with Guendouzi out of position. Lerma hits the inside of the post. I think actually, no, I think it is Wilson actually who's managed to just dink it in. Rob Holding was ahead of him, but just doesn't react quick enough. How are we? I give up, fam. How are we losing this game? Just not quite been good enough. Ceballos trying to play that through. Ceballos has been awful. This will be a big 3 points dropped if we lose this game. I can't lie to you, folks. Found Aubameyang there. This is Ceballos. Ceballos loses it now. Right, come on. Couple more pushes forward. Lacazette's made the run. I need you to get on the end of that, and he hasn't. Wasn't the greatest of balls from, I think it was Kolasinac. Ceballos doesn't react. Ceballos has genuinely been awful. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that and how many times I've left it in commentary, but he has been absolutely woeful. One more chance here. Lacazette, Aubameyang. Trying to play it back through. This is still Aubameyang. Ceballos over towards Nicolas Pepe. Still Nicolas Pepe right at Begovic, though. We've lost to Bournemouth. We've actually, I can't believe this. We've genuinely lost to Bournemouth. Shocking game of football. And FIFA has the nerve to give Dani Ceballos man of the match. It's a game to forget, and it's a result that's seen us now drop to third in the league. We're now 5 points off Manchester United. Now, I know there's still, 13 games of the season left to go, but the way they are going in this league right now, we're not going to gain those 5 points back very easily. We've got a sim game, though, now against Newcastle to try and at least get a decent result out of proceedings. Alexander Lacazette puts us on our way with a 5th-minute goal. Cher misses a penalty as well for Newcastle, which is lucky for ourselves. Muto has equalised for Newcastle. Thankfully, Nicolas Pepe restores the lead, and that is how it is going to end. It's a 2-1 win. We scrape the 3 points out of Newcastle. Time to put that first result out of our minds as we jump into the Europa League. We're going to need a better performance here for the first leg of the round of 32 against Turkish side Galatasaray. It's a debut for James Maddison, who starts just behind Jean-Philippe Mateta leading the line. Reiss Nelson is in. Lucas Torreira is finally back from that massive injury sustained on international duty for a first start in a played game, and Kieran Tierney is also in. We are away from home in the first, so obviously any sort of goal here would be nice. Grab an away goal to take back to the Emirates Stadium. If there's one man who looked at least semi-dangerous in doing so against Bournemouth, it's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who's the player to watch out for in this game. Surprised that James Maddison isn't the one making headlines, technically, given it's his first game. Himself and Mateta are the main men in attack, I suppose, in this game, which is pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. The new boy, and then Mateta, who's, you know what, he reminds me actually of Divock Origi. Like, he doesn't always play. You know, he's not necessarily the best striker in the world. Like, he's not better than Lacazette, let's be honest. But, like, he always delivers important goals. He always delivers big goals. Galatasaray here with the first set piece of the game, and James Maddison with his first touch as an Arsenal player is to actually get the ball away. James Maddison trying to clip the ball over towards Aubameyang, who nicks the ball back in a very dangerous area for Galatasaray, and the finesse is well saved by the goalkeeper. Aubameyang's making the run down the left-hand side. Now Aubameyang has now been found. Has he got the pace? Not necessarily to get away from the Galatasaray defender, but cuts inside. Maddison through now into Jean-Philippe Mateta. Mateta with the shot and saved again by the keeper. Finds Reiss Nelson, and James Maddison is running through, and he's put it wide. Oh, James. Huge opportunity for a first goal for James Maddison. He's dragged it so far wide. Ironically, if he puts it on target, it's actually probably blocked by the defender, which is the one saving grace, is James Maddison. Plays that one through to Mateta really nicely, and Mateta's got away from the defender and has put it over the bar. Overlapping run here is Granit Xhaka. That's over now into Reiss Nelson, and Reiss Nelson does the business. It's the youngster who comes clutch for us in this episode. 7 minutes into the second half, Reiss Nelson breaks the deadlock and grabs what could be a crucial away goal as well. James Maddison into Granit Xhaka, who enabled a bit of a body overload after coming a bit more attacking from his original holding midfield position. And Reiss Nelson, cool as you like, puts it past the keeper. The nerves were jangling, I'll be honest with you. I was a bit concerned as to how this episode was going to go, but that has put some of those nerves at ease a little bit. David Luiz has been turned there. This is Akakbar, who's gone for the shot, and it's saved by Leno. I have no idea if I pronounced that guy's name right. I know I didn't. I know Akababa, not Akakba. Maddison, meanwhile, has set away Aubameyang. Is that David Luiz in the centre? It is. It's into him, but it's wide from David Luiz. It's the acrobatic effort as well. If he goes with his head, he might put that in. Why was he even in that position in the first place? Get back to centre-back, David. This is why he's got no stamina half the time, because he's running the length of the pitch to get involved in attack. He doesn't even need to be in. Oh, now, this time, we have got someone who needs to be in attack. It's James Maddison, and he's made it too. James Maddison scores on his debut. You'll love to see it from him. James Maddison. The Galatasaray banner's in the way. I can't even see his celebration. Lucas Torreira with the ball through. Galatasaray caught napping, and James Maddison slots it past the keeper. It is 2-0, and I'll be brutally honest, I think we're now in a position where we should be, in inverted commas, qualifying for the round of 16, because it's not just 2 goals, it's 2 away goals now as well. That's a different entity completely. If we keep a clean sheet now, we're in the money. Let's be honest. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, still going. Still Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This is wonderful, but wide with the finesse. Garcia is going to be the one to swing this one in. It's into a dangerous area, and they have got a goal. You could see that coming from a mile away. I don't know who it is. I think it's Socrates has allowed his man to get ahead of him. It is Socrates, and he just stays behind him the whole time. Doesn't even try, really. Oh, Kieran, I know you're small, but you didn't even jump, lad. Come on. That's a big, big goal to be conceding. If we go into the second leg at 2-0, we're living life. We'll have to settle for a 1-goal lead, thanks to a bit questionable marking from Socrates and just a lack of effort from Kieran Tierney. On his debut, James Maddison was man of the match. 8.9 rating for him. He got his first goal as well in his first game. I'll be honest with you, I thought there was a Premier League game in between these 2 legs, but apparently not. We're back facing Galatasaray, this time at the Emirates. Lacazette and Pepe are in. We've also got Kolasinac in. The standout performers, though, Reiss Nelson and James Maddison are still in the side. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They played really well, so I'll keep them in. The essence here is pretty simple. Keep a clean sheet. If we keep a clean sheet, we don't have to worry about anything. Kits are firmly reversed here as well. We're now back in our home strip, whilst Galatasaray are repping black. Lacazette, Maddison, back towards Lacazette again. It's saved by the keeper. Lacazette could have put ourselves in an amazing position there with a goal literally in the 4th minute. Just a simple give and go between Maddison and Lacazette, just completely unlocking Galatasaray there. Maddison plays that through there for Lacazette. Perfectly timed. Alexander Lacazette is denied by the keeper again. This time it's an even more impressive save. One-handed as well. It's behind Reiss Nelson. Ball is a very dangerous one. Bouncing around. How has no one reacted to that? What are you doing defensively? We've hardly been tested defensively in this episode, and we made a hash of it every time. Galatasaray take the lead and make it 2-2 now on aggregate. It hasn't updated for some reason on the aggregate scoreline. I don't know whether it only does that afterwards. But look at how long this is in the area. Socrates is at fault again. What are you doing? To be fair, I can't even fault anyone else. It's just Socrates runs past the ball. He probably could have thought about that and cleared it twice. And he still didn't. And Diagne, or Diagna, puts it in. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. It's an African name of a kind, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Thankfully, we're still leading on a technicality in the form of away goals, but I just can't be bothered. Reiss Nelson has played that into Granit Xhaka, who's just run past the ball, even though I pressed X. This is going to be a long afternoon, isn't it? Lacazette, though, has played that into Nicolas Pepe. This could be danger for Galatasaray, but Pepe, under pressure, puts it wide. I will only allow that because he was under massive pressure and off balance, but we probably should have scored there at the end of the half. And Mbaye Diagne has given Galatasaray hope in this tie. To be fair, 1 more goal for Galatasaray is actually very dangerous because suddenly we've got to score 2. Lucas Torreira now, 1-2 from him. This could be danger here for Galatasaray. It might well be, but the final pass from Lacazette is too heavy, and it goes out for a goal kick that did not need to have that much pace on it. We just need a goal. We just need 1 goal to just settle everyone's nerves a little bit. I mean, to be fair, it would still put Galatasaray in the same position. If they scored 1, it would then go to extra time. But I would just feel better in myself if we scored a goal. And we're coming forward looking to do so here with Lacazette. That's a ball through for James Maddison. It's a 2nd goal of the tie for him, and it's 2-2 for the new boy. He's already repaying the transfer fee. It's back to us leading on aggregate. It's now 3-2, and as I was saying a moment ago, 1 more goal. I now feel a little bit more confident about my life. Galatasaray, though, are still in the same position. 1 goal from them and we'll go into extra time rather than them going through. If we can score again, though, we can effectively put things things to bed. This is Reece Nelson into Lacazette. One more time over to Nicolas Pepe, and he's almost put it in. It's off the post after the defender got in the way, dinked it over the keeper, and it hits the woodwork. Oh, Galatasaray are in disarray now. They're really on the ropes, to be honest with you. Goulet here down the right-hand side, chased down by Xhaka, gets away from Xhaka. David Luiz there with a heavy first touch. Now, this is a counter-attacking opportunity as Torreira finds Nicolas Pepe here down the right-hand side. He's burned away from the defender to the back stick for Saka. And on the rebound, he gets so lucky. I don't know how he's even reacted that quickly. But Bukayo Saka has put the tie to bed with 3 minutes to go. Pepe, great work down the right-hand side. His pace just gets him away from the defender. Bukayo Saka is unmarked completely at the back stick there. He plays it against the keeper. To be honest with you, as much as he does adjust his body shape really well, to be fair, I feel like it's more of just like it bounces off him after Muslera makes the save. It's so unfortunate for the goalkeeper because he's pulled out a worldie there. But that really should end everything. Well, it does, to be fair, because now Galatasaray have got to score 2. It was hard fought and a lot more difficult than it really should have been. But we do progress to the round of 16 of the Europa League. A late goal from youngster Bukayo Saka sewed it up in the end. Man of the match, James Maddison, twice in a row, 2 out of 2 for the new boy. He shared the 9 rating with Alexander Lacazette, who also performed well. Now, though, time for the final game of this episode in terms of played games, and it is a big one. After losing earlier on in the episode in the Premier League to Bournemouth, this is an absolute must-win now. We cannot afford to lose any more ground on Spurs and Manchester United ahead of us. It is pretty much our strongest lineup. It's a big old clash, this one. It's a London derby of sorts, but it's more west versus north than anything. Here is the league table actually going into this one, and Chelsea, yeah, are massively cut adrift of everyone else. They're actually level on points with 7th place Everton. Regardless, this is a big game. I feel like I've started to get my mojo back as this episode has progressed, and hopefully it culminates in an amazing final game here against Chelsea, because we need the result in the league. Down the left-hand side now comes Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who cuts back inside. Plays it into Ceballos. This now is into Lacazette. First time, rifles the ball into the top corner, and that is the start we needed from Alexander Lacazette. 12 minutes in and we've taken the lead. It's another really good counter-attack. Aubameyang cutting in from the left, finding Ceballos, who then plays into Lacazette, and it's a first-time hit from Alexander Lacazette. Past Kepa, it's a Balaga. And the travelling faithful now have smiles on their faces. The Chelsea fans, not so much. Could come forward again here with Lacazette. Ceballos has dinked it over the top. Lacazette has got there. Lacazette is on the ball, but he has to go with the outside of the boot. Couldn't open his body up because he had Chelsea defenders absolutely all over him. Got another corner here. It'll be towards the ex-Chelsea man, David Luiz again, but instead it's Aubameyang who gets there, and it is 2. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gets himself a goal, celebrates with the away fans, and inside 23 minutes, we've doubled our lead, and it's simple from a corner. Xhaka in, right towards the penalty spot. Aubameyang nods it in. Kepa can't get there, and it's 2-0. Another crucial goal. You love to see it. Both of our main scorers, Alexander Lacazette and Aubameyang, both on the score sheet. Chelsea looking for an instant response, and they've got one with Willian on the turn. Just 2 minutes after we made it 2-0, the Brazilian out of absolutely nowhere has got a goal back. How on earth has that ended up going in? Giroud was fouled, I think, right on the edge of the area. Low-key, a tiny bit put me off because I thought he was just going to give the foul. Instead, Willian latches onto it whilst I'm a bit caught napping. And I don't know, honestly, how on earth has he managed to wrap his body around that and put it in? Oh, that's dangerous again. And is that a penalty? Oh my god, this could have just unraveled, literally, immediately. Chelsea come forward, get a ridiculously lucky break. David Luiz comes sliding in, and the oh my goodness me, the referee's given a penalty. Was that genuinely in the area? Olivier Giroud chips it though, and it's an easy save for Bernd Leno. We get a reprieve. This game has been carnage. It's been half an hour. What on earth is going on? Kante's just blocked that with his arm. David Luiz against his former club, giving away the penalty. It was a definite foul, but it looked very borderline as to whether that was actually in the area or not. Agent Luiz trying to scupper our plans there for a second, but thankfully, we get away with one with a really poor penalty from Giroud. The ball is in and Jorginho puts it wide now. Chelsea have literally woken up. As soon as they conceded that second goal, they've been absolutely on fire. Punch clear by Leno, and Christensen hits the post. What is going on? Nah, mate, we need to calm it down, lads. Could we just... This is getting out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. What am I witnessing in this football match? This episode's come to life right at the end. This is Ceballos again. He's still going. Dani Ceballos from range. Oh my goodness gracious me. Dani Ceballos has hit an absolute thunderbolt. They miss a penalty. They shoot wide. Christensen on the volley hits the post. We go up the other end. Ceballos skips past the challenge and absolutely belts it in. It very much saved the best till last here. This is astonishing. Absolutely stupendous in the words of Chris Eubank. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I can't even play properly anymore. Well, to be fair, we've had chance after chance. Then the tide swung. Then Ceballos has scored a screamer. And Giroud's now had a shot saved by Leno. I'm going to have to spend 15 minutes just mulling over everything at half-time at this rate. Oh, beautiful turn from Angel Di Maria. He's rinsed Kolasinac there. Giroud's not in the middle, though. Cesar Azpilicueta back to Giroud again. Oh, my word. What a goal from Olivier Giroud. We've seen a cracker from Ceballos, and that is one to rival it from Olivier Giroud. 5 minutes into the second half, it's just going to be the same, isn't it? This game's just never going to calm down. Something like that, I don't know. It's got to stop at some point. This is getting out of hand. Nicolas Pepe's gone all the way and almost put it in as well. Willian goes past Bellerin. This is still Willian. And thankfully, it ends up in the grateful arms of Bernd Leno, because that, to be honest, didn't look as if it was going to for a hot second. Granit Xhaka. Oh, what a ball through that is for Dani Ceballos, and Dani Ceballos makes it 4 right into the roof of the net from him. That's his second goal of the game, and it is finished off beautifully. But what an assist from Granit Xhaka. That was an absolutely beautiful ball. 20 minutes to go, the 2-goal lead is restored. Oh, what a ball from Xhaka. Ceballos had options. Lacazette was in the middle, but instead he blasts it over the top of Kepa. What a game this has been, man. What a game. Here we come now with Aubameyang down the left-hand side. Here is Joe Willock, who's just come on for Ceballos. It's back into Aubameyang again. Great touch and great goal. That is the end of it. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang makes it 5-2. With 10 minutes to go. The game is firmly settled now. Lovely work between himself and Joe Willock, who's just come onto the pitch. Willock gets the ball, plays it back in. Touch to cut inside from Aubameyang away from Christensen, and that sets him up to finesse it past Kepa. For the first time in the game, we have a 3-goal lead, and that certainly should wrap up everything here at the bridge. Nicolas Pepe now, who's worked the space, and Nicolas Pepe almost made it 6. You can imagine the home faithful now are leaving in their droves. It was a really even game. Well, I mean, it has been a really even game. It's been 8 shots to 11, I think, which is a ridiculous amount in itself in a FIFA game. Mateta looking to bulldoze his way through, and he has done so far. It's still Jean-Philippe Mateta who's brought down. Come on. That's a foul of some kind. It doesn't really make a difference in the end. It is a 5-2 victory. We seem to be doing this a lot in this series. We did it twice in a row. We've done it again against the big side. Granit Xhaka is back to winning the Man of the Match award. He gets a tie with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Dani Ceballos, all of them getting a 9.5. Your final game of the episode is going to be a simmed one, though, and it's at home against Brighton. 3 o'clock kickoff on a Saturday here on the leap day that is February 29th. Hopefully, we should have a pretty easy win here, and that can end up the episode very nicely. Interestingly, Manchester United are playing Liverpool. They're currently 1-0 down thanks to Jordan Henderson. Big ups Liverpool, even helping me out in my series as well. Meanwhile, in our game, we're 2 goals up thanks to Lucas Torreira and Alexander Lacazette. Manchester United equalised briefly through Juan Mata, but Jordan Henderson gets another goal. So Liverpool beat United 2-1, so we've gained those 3 points that we lost against Bournemouth back. Hopefully that means we close the lead at the top of the table down to 2 points. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a 3-goal victory, 3-0. Rather concerningly, Dani Ceballos ended up with an injury. Thankfully for us, it's not a horrendous injury. Over a week, though, for Dani Ceballos. He sprained his ankle there against Brighton, which means he'll miss our next game, which is in the round of 16. And as you can see, we've been drawn against Benfica. Portuguese opposition position for the first time. In the Premier League, though, now you can see Manchester United's lost there against big old Liverpool, who are 4th in the league. Means we're only 2 points behind them in the league. Spurs clearly slipped up at some point as well. Manchester United versus Arsenal. Is that the next game in the league? I think it might be. Oh, we love to see it. It's sandwiched in between the 2 round of 16 games, so I probably will have to play quite a changed side against Benfica, because that game against United is make or break. If we lose that, we're probably not going to win the league. I'll be brutally honest with you. If we win that, we go a point clear of them at the top of the table. That is going to be huge. Absolutely huge, ladies and gentlemen. But you got to wait until episode number 10 for that one, because we are done here today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Arsenal career mode here on FIFA 19. If you have, then slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It's at the official FNG on Twitter and on Insta. But it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.